Now, so it means all those letters that came from Asafo Mafo to Vamed, where he said that we, in view of so and so and so, we've cancelled the project. Indeed, what Waterville did, the Vamed people did, was to refer that letter to Waterville. Okay? They referred the Asafo Mafo letter to Waterville. Waterville caused its lawyer to write. Okay? There's a letter that Mr. Woyome himself has put around. It's 27th August by one Colin Russell, solicitor. See, he says, we are instructed by Waterville to write to respond to a letter dated 22nd August 2005. That's the Asafo Mafo letter.
That's correct.
Yeah. Now, so right now, Vamed as Vamed is out. 26th April 2006, government signs this contract with Waterville.
That's the contract I'm referring to.
You'll be referring to. Yeah. Where you see, there was an MOU before in November 2005.
Yes, there was.
Consa, Micheliti, Waterville, and the government of Ghana. Yeah. So we are now discussing contract. If there's contract, and there is contract, is Ghana government and Waterville, with the subcontractors attached. That's what is at stake. Yeah. August 1st, 2006, the Attorney General writes to cancel that contract with Waterville in view of some factors. I can't read all, it's here. This is Dogate's letter about the fact that they haven't raised the funding, the fact that Parliament, all those things here.
And the essence of timing.
Timing, yes. Subsequent to this 1st August letter, Waterville instructs its solicitor, Kwame Tete, to write to government.
Yes.
7th August 2006, I have the letter here, initially challenging this cancellation. Subsequent to all this, in September 2006, 15th, this is the copy of the letter, Waterville writes to Ghana government. They are talking of the same project. It says, and I'll read portions. As you would recall, the two memoranda of understanding signed were in anticipation of sourcing of finance for the projects by us. Those memoranda were drafted and signed by the parties, bearing in mind the time constraints for the execution of the projects. Accordingly, we were let into the project size to enable us start work in earnest. We proceeded to pre-finance the construction of the projects till we received a letter dated 1st August 2006 from the Honorable Attorney General terminating our services on the ground that the government no more considered the contracts effective. Now listen to this. Conscious of the delay, that such legality will ensue and the adverse impact on CAN 2008 target, we decided, without prejudice to our accrued entitlements, to accept the decision of the government to terminate the agreements. This is Waterville. This is a letter signed by Waterville, from yours truly, Waterville's holding, Massimo Massa, Managing Director, copied to the Chief of Staff, Special Assistant President, Attorney General, and all the rest. Implicitly, Waterville did not offer a challenge apart from the 7th August letter Kwame Tete sent to them. Now their interest was payment for work done. That's all the negotiations were about.
Yes,
and the government set up a committee to investigate those things. The building consultants, those who were in charge, issued certificate of works. We have seen all that. Payments, the arrangement between Ghana government and Waterville was that the monies would be given to Micheliti and Consa for them to reimburse Waterville for the work they had done. Now, listen to it carefully. Waterville and Micheliti, they are interchangeable. Ernesto Tariconi, my own childhood friend, is in between the two. There are documents here where you see him sign for Micheliti and sometimes represents Waterville. Kojo Mpini wrote a letter after all the investigations, and I read it here some time ago, 24th October 2008, telling Waterville that based on painstaking investigations, the records show that we have given all the monies due for the works to Micheliti and Consa. And the arrangement that we had agreed among ourselves was that those people will pay you. No response went to Kojo Mpini and government in reaction to that letter, that this letter is not valid. Please, hold on. No response also came from Consa and Michiliti that we are unable to do that because they had received the monies and ought to have paid. Now, look, there's a contract between the group Woyome was connected to and Watavi. This is Financial Services Engineering Agreement, signed 19th day of December 2005 between M Power Park Limited, hereinafter called the company, a limited liability company incorporated under the laws of the Republic of Ghana, so and so and so, and Watavi Holdings. The company that is the one that Woyome says is associated with. I'm told he was just an alternate director for a period. The company offers, among other things, financial engineering services. The company has agreed with the customer client, that is Watavi, to provide the customer client with financial engineering for projects in the Republic of Ghana or elsewhere. The financial engineering provided by the company shall consist of so and so and so and so. This is it. They then signed a termination agreement of this agreement on 30th November, day of November 2006. In here is indicated by both sides that they had effected payment for the financial services agreement rendered by Power Pack to Watavi. Now, surprisingly, when this whole thing started, there's a letter here. This letter is by Woyome, dated 18th August 2009 to Betty Mould. And listen carefully what Woyome says here. He says, it has come to my attention that the company Watavi has taken the government of Ghana to call for payment of an aggregate sum of euro 33 million, and the Attorney General's Department has withdrawn the case for settlement. M Power Pack, Austro Invest Limited, and myself, that's Woyome, are interested parties and wish to state that the demand by Watavi BIV is grossly exaggerated. I'll skip and go to relevant portions. Watavi was leading the consortium that won the contract and demolished part of the Accra Sports Stadium upon a written instruction to Watavi from the then Minister of Education and Sports. The government later broadly cancelled the bid illegally through a cabinet decision, citing high costs, which I challenged. He says, hey, challenged, by writing to all stakeholders, including the National Procurement Authority. Watavi, through my help, then formed Michiliti Company. That can't be true. We all know Michiliti exists long ago. To handle the construction of the Accra Sports Stadium. Watavi received, Watavi received some compensation from Michiliti and Co. and from Consa Limited, the main contractor for Kumasi Stadium. Austro Invest, the group he is claiming this money, also received some form of compensation from Watavi. The claim by Watavi should have been a joint claim by M Power Park, Alfred Woyome, and Austro Invest. The quantum of Watavi BVI demand is far above what should have been the legitimate claim. M Power Park, Austro Invest, Alexander Van Cleef, that's Austro Invest representative in the United States. Listen, critical. And Alfred Woyome legitimate claim under this circumstance is euro 6 million. Why Watavi claim should have been about 5 million without interest, charges, and damages. When he wrote this letter, Watavi instructed their lawyer, Kwame Tete again, to write to government. Just 2 paragraphs. Okay. We write in response to your letter. But
the connection, as far as we are concerned, this is the only piece of evidence that begins to connect Woyome into the process.
To Watavi. In terms of the process, doing financial engineering services,
so which is a claim that he assets himself.
I'll show you something. You find it. The whole thing will fall in line. Government in its contract with Watavi had agreed that Watavi will be doing the financial engineering, both in the MOU and the contract. Yeah. So Watavi too then has contracted M Power Pack to do the financial engineering. Yeah. This is between Watavi and M Power Pack. Government has nothing to do with that. Government will pay Watavi when they have done that. Now, listen carefully. This is a letter dated 20th November 2009, addressed to Betty Mould, the Office of the President, and all the rest.
And this is from Lawyer Tete's
office. He says, we write in response to your letter, drawing our attention to the claim of Mr. Woyome of M Power Park, dated 28 August 2009, against the claims of Watavi being discussed for settlement. Waterville did engage Empower Park to provide Waterville with financial engineering services, but the relationship was terminated by a termination agreement dated 25th November 2006. Okay, so their point, and it says Power Park's claim against Waterville were fully settled and acknowledged in the agreement I just showed to you. Therefore, neither Power Park nor Woyome has any claim against Waterville. It makes the point, we must add that the stadia contracts were contracted between Waterville and the government of Ghana. Neither Power Park nor Woyome was a party. Okay. It is therefore wrongful for Mr. Woyome or Power Park to make a claim in a contract of which neither was a party. To the shock of everybody, Waterville and Woyome going through a tug of war. Suddenly, April 20th, 2010, Waterville writes a letter to the Attorney General. And listen to what Waterville says. Further to Mr. Woyome's letter to us, apparently Woyome had written to them, dated April 19, 2010, by which he requested confirmation to your office about the financial structuring aspects as part of the project for construction and rehabilitation of the stadium in Ghana for 2008. As per documentation, whatever it order, then it comes here. The most significant part, it says, the claim for Mr. Woyome to the government of Ghana is in respect of financial engineering purposely structured for CAN 2008, while our claim to the government of Ghana is in respect of work done at site and other costs sustained for a total amount of euro 21 point something million.
As far as we are concerned, this is a contradiction.
It's a conspiracy, in my candid opinion. Two entities, Woyome and Waterville, one stage disputing each person's claim. Somehow, a year and so later, came to a certain arrangement, wrote this letter. In any case, the Attorney General's department should have asked this question.